This is Optimal Startup Daily, episode 654, Small Business Taxes, by Ryan H. Law of ryanhlaw.com. And I'm your narrator, Dan. I am here every single day with you, helping you to optimize your business life by reading to you from some great blogs on entrepreneurship. And we do take your input about what to include here on the show. So if you have ideas for future shows or authors to reach out to, you can share those with us by visiting oldpodcast.com. That's oldpodcast.com. But now let's get right to our post for today as we start optimizing your life. Small Business Taxes by Ryan H. Law of ryanhlaw.com. For those of us who run a small business, almost nothing causes more challenges and stress than tax time. Today's post is meant for those of you running or thinking about running a small business and how you can make tax time easier. I want to establish up front that I am not a tax accountant or a tax lawyer, nor do I play one on TV. My wife and I do, however, run 3 home-based businesses, and I have filed my own taxes for years. My wife runs a business called Hairsprings, and I have an insurance business and maintain and host a few websites for some friends. The key to doing your taxes is to keep good records. What should I do in order to maintain good records? There are 4 steps to maintaining good records in order to make tax time easier. Step 1. Open a checking account that you only use for your business. Get checks and a debit card. Step 2. Download business accounting software. For a long time, QuickBooks was the only player in this market, and for years they offered a free version for those running home-based businesses. This ended a few years ago, though, and the cheapest version is now $10 a month. QuickBooks holds over 90% of the market and is a great choice for many businesses. If you have less than 9 employees, though, you should check out Wave, which is free. Step 3. Make all purchases and pay all expenses with your business account, and make all deposits from sales into this account. And Step 4. Get a receipt for everything, and anytime you make a sale, print up a receipt. Enter all sales and expenses into your accounting software. If you plan to use a professional tax preparer, that's pretty much all you need to do. This person can handle all the accounting details for your company, and they will file your return and other taxes for you. How do I figure out how much I need to pay in taxes? Most home-based businesses will file an annual tax return, and you will do so with your regular tax return. Your business income and expenses will be entered on Schedule C. Then your profit or loss is transferred to Form 1040. You are going to either have a business loss or profit. If you have a profit, which is the point of having a business, you're going to pay self-employment tax of 15.3% plus income tax. To figure out if you have a profit or loss, you deduct all business expenses from your business income. If the number is still positive, you have a profit. If the number is negative, you have a loss. A profit gets added to your income, and a loss can actually lower your income, meaning you will owe less in taxes. Note, the IRS understands that you may have a loss for a year or two when starting up, and occasionally you may have a bad year. The point of having a business, though, is to make a profit. So if you don't make a profit at least 3 out of every 5 years, the IRS will classify your business as a hobby, which means that losses are only deductible up to the amount of profits, and you may have to pay back the taxes you avoided by taking a loss. 15.3% plus income taxes can add up to a big number. Many experts recommend setting aside 25 to 30% of your income for taxes. I think this is wise advice. Do I have to pay quarterly taxes? When you're an employee, your employer withholds part of your check and sends it to Uncle Sam. As a self-employed individual, though, no one is withholding anything. The government wants their money regularly, so you may have to pay quarterly taxes. If you are in your first year running a small business, you don't need to pay quarterly taxes. After year 1, though, you may need to pay quarterly taxes if you paid more than $1,000 in taxes the previous year and you expect to pay more than $1,000 in taxes this year. If you paid no income tax last year, you probably don't need to pay quarterly taxes this year. It still can't hurt to set some aside for later taxes, though. A rule of thumb is that if you're going to make more than $15,000 in your business, you probably need to pay quarterly taxes. I personally feel that it can't hurt you to pay quarterly taxes, regardless of how much you're going to make. To determine how much you should pay, get last year's tax return and find how much tax you paid. Line 78 of Form 1040. Multiply that amount by 0.90. If you paid $10,000 in taxes last year, you would get $9,000. Divide that number by 4. 9,000 divided by 4 equals 2,250. This is the amount you should pay each quarter. You pay estimated taxes on Form 1040-ES. If business slows down or you do better than expected, you can adjust the amount you're paying. Quarterly taxes are due April 15th, June 15th, September 15th, and January 15th. As you can see, filing taxes can be quite complex. There are a number of other things to consider as well, such as what type of business structure to use, sole proprietorship, LLC, etc. If you are going to keep working full-time or part-time at another job, and how withholding there will affect your business taxes, and how much of a deduction you can take as a home office deduction. If you run a very small business, you might be able to do this all yourself, but for many people, you should strongly consider hiring a tax professional to help you maintain your books throughout the year and file your tax return. Tax professionals understand the tax code and are likely to find deductions you may miss. You still need to maintain great records, and you should know exactly what your tax professional is doing and why they're doing it. Make sure they take the time to educate you. Even though I don't mind filing my own taxes, my business income is complicated enough that it's probably time for me to consider hiring someone to do my taxes for me. A good tax professional is worth their fee. To conclude, I want to stress again the vital importance of maintaining good records. Nothing will make tax time more difficult than incomplete or inaccurate records. Set up a separate account, download business accounting software, and enter all income and expenses into the software. You just listened to the post titled Small Business Taxes by Ryan H. Law of ryanhlaw.com. When you start building a team with people who care just as much about the dream as you do, you really start to feel how amazing entrepreneurship is. And if you want to find those people faster, you need Indeed. Indeed is the hiring platform where you can attract, interview, and hire all in one place. Find great talent faster through time-saving tools like Indeed Instant Match, assessments, and virtual interviews. One of the things I love about Indeed is that no other job site takes care of you like they do. Because with Indeed, you only have to pay if an applicant meets your must-have requirements. Indeed is an unbelievably powerful hiring partner, delivering 4 times more hires than all other job sites combined, according to Talent Nest 2019. And Indeed's doing something no other job site has done. Now with Indeed, businesses only pay for quality applications matching the sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/startup to start hiring now. Just go to Indeed.com/startup. Indeed.com/startup. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed. And a big thank you to Ryan for the enlightening article today. Ryan's goal, he says, is to teach financial planners, coaches, and counselors how to use simple, evidence-based action steps to provide outstanding client care. He received his bachelor's degree from Utah State University in family finance. Then after he graduated, he worked in the financial planning field for several years before deciding to return to school. He received his master's degree in personal financial planning from Texas Tech. He's also a certified financial planner and an accredited financial counselor. He currently teaches at Utah Valley University in the financial planning program, where he teaches financial counseling courses and also runs their on-campus money management resource center. Ryan has also spent a lot of time learning about client communication, financial psychology, habits, change, and similar topics, so plenty that we can learn from him. And you can learn more about Ryan and see all of his work on his website, ryanhlaw.com. But that does it for today here on Optimal Startup Daily. Hope you enjoyed the post today, all those great tax tips, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.